everybody. You hear me well? Good to be here with everybody. Thank you so much for the invite. We have an exciting topic today. It's AI and Web3, and it's actually some actionable intel and alpha for you all. So my name is George. I'm with the Zero-G Foundation as an advisor. I also help on the business development side, and I'm also an active investor in the space. And so I'm here to give you the context and some perspective from what Zero-G is building in the AI and Web3 space. But also as an active investor in the space, I'd like to share my perspective as well and maybe give you guys some tips as a relatively successful trader. So the topic today is going to be about Zero Gravity Labs, and what we're building is the first decentralized AI operating system. And what we're going to be able to do with our operating system is, for the first time, bring AI fully on-chain. And in order to do that, there's a large infrastructure build that is required. And so we're just going to go into brief details about that. So we'll go over our vision for what AI and Web3 should be. We're going to talk about our decentralized AI operating system. And then we're going to talk about, does AI need Web3, or does Web3 need AI, or which way does it go? Past, present, future trends that we see, and some use cases that Zero-G is actively supporting. So our vision for decentralized generative AI is to basically make AI a public good. In order to make AI a public good, we need to increase access to AI while also permitting ownership. And ownership of AI is very difficult, especially if you come from the Web 2 industry with OpenAI and ChatGPT. What you realize is, although we get to use their infrastructure, we're not really owners, right? We pay a subscription plan, and we are the retail, and we are the consumers. But what I think and what Zero-G believes is that by increasing the ownership and the rights, utilizing blockchain technology, we can actually empower the average user and give them monetary and social benefits with AI. So in order to bring AI on-chain, we have three core components within our decentralized AI operating system. The first is the fastest programmable data availability layer. The second is the cheapest decentralized storage network. And the third is a decentralized serving framework for inferencing, fine-tuning, and model training. All three components are bundled within this decentralized AI operating system, and then we combine that with applications building on our chain, and our chain is an L1 EVM-compatible chain. And so we're able to get the applications, we have these core products, and then we have our partners such as Aether, Hyperbolic, IONET for the compute side as well. The main industries that we see are benefiting from the infrastructure Zero-G is building are the DeepIn, gaming, DeFi, AI models and agents, which is all the hype right now, decentralized storage, and RWAs. And so we have partner projects. We have around 300 projects building with Zero-G. Huddle 01 is one of them. We are going to be utilizing their DRTC technology in our storage network. And we have several projects that are going to be working in each of these industries. And so what we find is by hyper-optimizing for AI, we're able to support other projects and other industries as well, mainly because AI is the highest demand on-chain requirements. So decentralized AI will be empowered by Zero Gravity's decentralized AI operating system. And the way it will do that, and this is just a brief overview of the structure of how the operating system looks. So we have the three components which I mentioned, the data availability, we have the storage network, and we have the compute network, which is the serving framework for inferencing. We can monetize that through the service marketplace. So for example, if you have useful data, if you have AI agents that you have trained or created, you can monetize that by listing it on our marketplace. Then we have the alignment side, which we just have currently going an AI alignment node sale. And so we'll go into a little bit about what alignment means and how important it is for this whole AI on Web3 aspect. And then at the bottom, we have the L1 EVM-compatible chain, and that is infinitely scalable. And then we do have the compute partners, as I mentioned, for the on the deep-end hardware side. And so you can see here in this outline that there's a lot of important verticals that we're able to actually serve because of the way we've architected this AI operating system. And there really is no limitations for the partnerships that Zero-G can satisfy. So here are some of the partners within our ecosystem. We have the L1s, L2s, L3s, and app chains. They're able to utilize our data availability, our decentralized storage network, and our serving marketplace, and they can abstract away all this technology and functionality into their own chains. So we are, in a way, chain agnostic because you can just integrate our infrastructure, and we follow the modular approach where you can take one or all of those three components and you can integrate that into your chain. The benefit of integrating these components from 0G versus the current landscape is the speed. Our data availability is around 5,000 times faster than the current DA solutions. We get around 50 gigabytes per second in DA throughput. Current Web3 DA solutions are closer to 10 to 15 megabytes per second. And so that's a huge, huge gap. And in order for AI to be on chain, we need to have the speed in gigabytes per second. And so we solve that. Decentralized storage. So this is a Filecoin event. You guys understand the value of storage. And so we are, we're big fans of Filecoin, but we're also helping with the more AI-related and gaming-related storage on chain. And for them, again, the cost is quite prohibitive in the landscape. And so we are able to partition our storage nodes into a data storage lane and a data publishing lane. This allows us to horizontally scale, but it also allows us to reduce the costs. And so our costs are up to 80% cheaper than AWS S3. And so a lot of the ecosystem that you'll see here, in the AI side with data labeling, we have decentralized LLMs that are storing data on our network. We have AI agent networks, and we have gaming projects that are fully on-chain. This is all possible because the storage network is cheap. Storing is one aspect, and then fast data retrieval is another aspect. So we are able to combine both of those aspects and give it to the projects and to the builders. And then the serving marketplace, again, it's more of a way to not only fine-tune and train this data that you're storing, but it's also a way to monetize your data. So does AI need Web3, or is it vice versa, or is it both? So, there's a quote by Naval, which went viral in August, which was, "Crypto is the currency of AI." We support that. We do believe that. And we do have an example of that later where we can prove to you that crypto is the currency of AI. But here are some of the benefits, and here are the real reasons we think Web3 actually empowers AI and not the other way around. The beauty of Web3 is that we have decentralized data ownership and control. There is transparency as things are on chain and you can see it. There is a fairness aspect of it as well, because if you can see things and it's transparent, you can actually log who the contributors are for this data. And then when you log that and you can track that, you can assign value to that. And then after you assign value, what you can do is you can monetize it in the form of tokens or credits or points. And so what that does actually is it brings an entire pipeline of unused or rewarded people's data, and it allows them to finally get rewards for that. And we think that's important because as I mentioned in the beginning, when you talk about OpenAI, we pay a subscription fee. Their models get better based on the inputs and prompts we put, but they do not distribute those rewards back to us. Web3 solves that problem, and that's what we at 0G are looking to support as well. The collaboration and innovation is great. You can see with these type of events how much interop and how much cross-chain activity and how much builders collaborate with each other. We think Web3 brings that nice unity mindset to Web2 and to AI as well, and so we love to support that. And then the tokenization and incentivization mechanisms, which I mentioned. Governance is also an important aspect of AI. Again, we do not get to make decisions on what OpenAI or other AI projects do from the Web2 space, but in crypto and in Web3, you get to make decisions, right? And you get to participate in the governance of these large-scale protocols. And then the cross-chain and community-led innovations, we'll go into that as well. So what are some of the narratives that we see and that we believe is going to, persist going into the next quarter? I think a lot of you here are builders, and that's great. There may be some investors in here as well, so this will be a little more tailored toward the investor side. So what we see is there's usually a cycles of narratives, right? So I've been in the space since 2017. I participated in the ICO boom. I participated in the NFT mania, the utility with the Telegram bots, meme coins currently. I've done all of them. And so what we see now is there's the AI agent meta. We see AI meme coins as well. But I think it's good to just take one step back and see how this evolved. So in 2023, when OpenAI and ChatGPT was released to the public and really took widespread audience appeal, there were some projects that were actually in the Web3 space that were building alongside them. And so one of them was, for example, is Imagine AI, and they were just basically a text-to-image generator. And it's quite simple project, but what it did is it brought a lot of people who weren't really aware of the capabilities of AI. They brought them and they were able to interact with a simple Telegram bot and create images. So here I put Space Panda with the Zero G logo, and it generated that within seconds. And so that was in 2023. Then what we see here now in 2024, towards the end, is that we see that there's, again, more hype, right? And hype leads to fundamentals. Fundamentals leads to utility. And so what we see, for example, with Truth Terminal, which you may have heard of, which created the bot GOAT, what we see is that AI agents are now on-chain, and they're able to capture a lot of the mind share in the crypto space. Not only in AI, but they're leading the pack to actually make AI be a larger percentage of total crypto market cap, because AI agents are so understandable by retail, and they're fun to play around with and to tailor it towards what you want to do. So you can see Mark Andreessen, he gave a $50,000 grant in BTC to this terminal of Truths, which is, again, an AI agent sitting on Twitter. And so here it goes back to what I mentioned when Naval said, right? Crypto is the currency of AI. So now imagine, right? You give a piece of software some Bitcoin, and now the software decides what to do with that. So obviously the software is going to make sure it has enough resources, especially if it's an autonomous AI agent. It's going to make sure it has enough resources to build a runway. But then what is it trying to do, and what did it end up doing? It launched a meme coin, right? It launched a meme coin called GOAT, and it allowed participants to come and actually buy the meme coin and make money off the meme coin. And so when we say crypto is the currency of AI, you have a clear case in point right here with what happened with True Terminal and GOAT. And we think these things are going to continue happening. And so what that ushered in a resurgence of interest in AI agents and the AI marketplaces. And so we have amazing projects like AI16Z, working with the ELIZA framework, which has the #1 most forked agent network protocol right now on GitHub. And then you have AI XBT, you have virtuals. We're a big fan of virtuals. They're leading the pack as well with this, with their own. You can create your own AI agent through their own, and then you can monetize it with their marketplace. They're on the base chain. And so, we see amazing protocols. We are partnering with all of these because, again, what happens is data becomes important. Data integrity is important, and the speed is important. And so Zero G is able to provide all three of those components to these AI agent networks. So what we see now is the utility phase, where we believe Q1, Q2 is going to be the useful utility phase of AI agents. We think that we've had the hype cycle. There's been a lot of wealth that has been created and some wealth destroyed, depending on which meme coins or which AI agents you invested in. We think we're going to shift into a more pragmatic and more actual utility cases. And so we're going to see automated AI agent networks that perform useful tasks. We think there's going to be more impact in the decentralized inference and storage networks so that it can make this process both highly efficient and cost effective. And then we're going to see AI in gaming. We're partnering with several AI gaming projects currently that are using AI to make dynamic NPCs or non-playable characters so that your visualization and the gaming experience is much more interactive, right? Including dynamic maps and things like that. What we can do with our technology, though, is also store those data sets, right? Large data sets can be stored within our network. And then so here are some other use cases that Zero G is working on. We're trying to make Web3 AI user-friendly. So we're partnering with several of the agent networks. We are helping with data provenance and smart contracts and yield generation. We are monetizing a lot of the data that users submit to us and build with us through our Zero G marketplace. And that's pretty much it. I think this next year, 2025, is going to be huge for AI and Web3. We have a lot of amazing announcements coming up along with Huddle 01. So please stay tuned in our socials. If you are a builder in the AI space or even gaming, DeFi, any space, and you want the fastest technology, please follow our socials. We do have an incubator round open again. This is our second phase of incubator. It's with One Piece Labs. feel free to come in and apply. And, we do have a global reach for our last cohort. We had 10 projects. Carve was one of them, and they're a unicorn status. So we have a lot of great builders coming in and working with us. So please do join the pack, apply for our incubator, follow our socials, and look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.